Welcome. Today we are doing back bends. So we're opening the front body, compressing lumbar spine, helps with posture. You're easier to breathe when you're open. And if you are in front of the computer, hunched in front of the computer or your phone a lot, these are great. This is a great practice too. Let's get started. Child pose, big toes touching, wide knees. You can stack your fists and put your forehead on top or palms together or arms up. Just find something that is relaxing here. Some of you may not have your glutes on your heels. That's fine too. You can even put a little blanket or bolster in between your glutes and heels. Just sink into the floor, starting to breathe in and out through your nose. Just normal breathing. Just observing how you feel today, physically, mentally. Just observing without judgment. And when you're done with that, start getting into your breath. Really familiarize yourself with your breath. Where do you feel it strongest? How does it feel? Is it changing? Two more breaths here. And when you are done, walk your hands forward, about shoulder width apart. Spreading your fingers and sink maybe even deeper, forehead towards the floor or on the floor. How does your hip flexors feel in this pose? Inhale and exhale, walk your hands over to the right side, feeling a stretch of the left side body. You can even take your left hand on top of the right. Continue breathing in and out through your nose. So in yoga, most of the time we breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale and exhale and walk your hands over to the opposite side. This time, maybe right arm on top of the left. Come to the middle, come up to all fours. So it may be easier if your knees are a little closer than hip width in this one. Engage your core, look down. Take your left leg behind you, right arm forward. Use your core here. And then place the knee on the floor, and then opposite. So start moving here with your own breath. Inhale and exhale, so you may go slower than me. Faster. Engage in your core, and if this is too much, you can just keep both hands on the floor. And next time your left leg is extended behind you and the arm forward, just pause, breathe, press that left hand into the floor. Where do you feel this? Lumbar spine maybe? Maybe somewhere else. And switch and pause. Both hands, knees on the floor. You can just move your hips, your spine, release any tension. From here, you're turning to the right side. Side plank variations. You can have your right foot on the floor, reach the other arm overhead. Pause here, or maybe take your right leg off the floor. Balancing. Take your right arm back, bend your right knee, and create a little bow here. So doing a back bend. Let's go to the other side. Left foot on the floor, reaching your left arm forward. stay there, or left leg off the floor. Are we still breathing? Left arm back, bend the left knee, and create that beautiful bow again. One more inhale and exhale. And hands to the floor, coming to the first down dog. Spreading your fingers about shoulder width apart, tuck your toes, and come up. So you can start taking your right heel to the floor, bend the left knee, and then vice versa. Just pedaling out here, hips sway from side to side, head relaxed, warming up the body. And see if you can pause in down dog. So you want to create that long, nice line from your hips to your wrists. Some of you may have your heels on the floor. Otherwise, bend your knees here. Make sure your jaw is relaxed, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale here and exhale, come to plank. If it's too much, knees on the floor. Pause. Pressing the floor away. And then bend your elbows back, come all the way down. Cobra variation. Hands under your shoulders. Some of you may have to have your hands further out, so you want to really be able to breathe here. Chin slightly tucked, so you have that long neck. Inhale, lift yourself up, and exhale down. Do this a few times. And again, adjust if you need to. Maybe have your hands on the floor the whole time. Feeling that compression in your lumbar spine. And everyone, hands on the floor, and come to full cobra. So shoulders away from your ears, breathing, maybe smiling. Where do you feel your breath now? And come back, child pose, just a few breaths. Down dog. Look forward and walk to the front of your mat. You can bend your knees, round your back, and slowly come up vertebra by vertebra. Maybe reaching your arms up and hands in front of your heart center. Starting your flow with eagle arms. Arms out, inhale and exhale, right arm under the left. Option one is to hug yourself and separate your shoulder blades. Or come to regular eagle arm, palms pressed together. From here, inhale, back bend, exhale, bend your knees and come down. Relax your head. Inhale up again, hips forward, exhale down. So use your breath and guide you up and down. And last time down and come up. And arms out. Same thing other side. Left arm under, maybe a hug or eagle arms. Inhale, back bend, exhale, fold. Back and forth. Maybe it feels good even to close your eyes, go inwards. Feeling that stretch in the front body and compression, lumbar spine. One more time down and come up. Inhale and exhale. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana, hands on your shin bones or fingertips on the floor. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, come to plank. So if you're used to doing Vinyasa, that's what we're doing today. Option is to have your knees on the floor when you go to Chaturanga push-up. Or if you want to come all the way down and do Cobra instead, that's another option. So let's get going. So shoulders a little in front of your wrists, bend your elbows down. Chaturanga push-up. Inhale. Pause here. Up dog. If the compression in your lumbar spine is too much, maybe you need to widen your feet. And use your core, come to down dog. Inhale your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. And exhale, bend the right knee, come forward, round your back, press the floor away, tiger pose. Use your core. Step your right foot in between your hands, left knee on the floor. Setting up low lunge, pressing your hips forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. And again, maybe a little back bend. Pause. Inhale, exhale, hands to the floor. Runner's lunge, so tuck your back toes. Coming to high lunge. Back bend, cactus arms, pause. If it's too much, left knee on the floor. Hands to the floor, plank, and let's go through that Vinyasa again. Halfway down. Inhale, up dog, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Use your core, down dog. One side left. Inhale, left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee forward, tiger, round your back again, use your core. Pause. And step that left foot in between your hands, other knee on the floor. Inhale, arms up, hips forward. And interlace your hands behind you again. Inhale, exhale, hands to the floor, tuck your back toes, runner's lunge. So use your core here and come all the way high lunge with cactus arms. Hands to the floor, plank. Once again, your variation of Vinyasa. If you want to skip it, you can just go to down dog and wait. Once you're in down dog, all of us, take a few breaths here. Relaxing your jaw, pressing the fingertips and the palms into the floor. And again, if you need to, bend your knees. Up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. You can walk forward with your feet or maybe a little jump. Once you're at the front, halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana, hips press back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up and down again. Fold in half, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, step or jump. Plank, Vinyasa. Doing the same sequence again. Up dog to down dog. Inhale, right leg behind you. Exhale, right knee forward, tiger, round your back, use your core. Step that right foot in between your hands. Inhale, low lunge, hips forward. Interlace your hands behind your back again. Hands to the floor, tuck your back toes, runner's lunge. Inhale, high lunge, cactus arms. Feel that back bend. Hands to the floor, plank. Vinyasa. And we all meet in down dog. Left side to do. Inhale, left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger. Knee comes forward. That's the left knee. And step that left foot in between your hands. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands behind your back. You're doing great. And again, if you need to do any adjustments, do so. Hands to the floor. Runner's lunge. Inhale, high lunge, cactus arms. Inhale, exhale, hands to the floor, Vinyasa. Remember options, go to cobra instead or skip it. Down dog, pause, breathe. So this is one of our relaxing poses, even if it doesn't feel like relaxing, but you're relaxing maybe. You can always go to child pose too. Connect with your breath again. And start walking your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up from here. Arms up, you can have your feet together or hip width, whatever feels good for you. Grab a hold of that left wrist. Inhale from your waist, come up and then over to the right side. Stretching your side body, breathing. Inhale up, let's do opposite side. Hope this stretch feels good for you. And come up, back bend. Hands on your sacrum. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hips forward. Depending on how your neck feels, you can look forward or just let your head hang back. Make sure you're still breathing. And slowly come up. So you're in the back of your mats. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward, plank. Use your core here. Knees to the floor, child pose. You're just resting for a few breaths. So feel your breath all the way to your belly. Slowly come up. Coming into camel pose, feet about, knees about hip width apart. Hands on your sacrum is option one. From here, pressing your hips forward, kind of what we did when we were standing up. And option, look forward or head hangs back. Option two, a little bit more intense. Tuck your toes, grab a hold of your heels, pressing your hips forward again. Same options with head. Option three, tops of the feet to the floor and then hold your hands on your heels, hips forward. So what do you experience right now? If you stopped breathing, have you holding your breath? Come up, adjust. Lumbar spine compression, opening the front body. One more inhale and exhale here. Hands on your sacrum if you're all the way back. And come up. Extended puppy usually feels good after that. So hips over your knees, walk your hands forward. Melt your heart to the floor. Forehead maybe on the floor. And come up. Thread the needle, taking your right arm out and then thread so your right shoulder is on the floor. I'll show this from the front too. Right arm out and then twist. So you can have your left hand on the floor and left elbow bent. Some of you may prefer to have your left arm straight. I always feel I get deeper into the twist when the elbow is bent. But that's just me. And let's switch arms. Left arm out and exhale, thread the needle. And slowly come up. Down dog. Take a few breaths there. Are we still spreading our fingers? Relaxing your jaw, your head. Up on your toe, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front again. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. And reach your arms all the way up. Palms in front of your heart center. We are doing a balancing pose, dancer's pose, which is also a back bend. So bend your right elbow into your waist. Bend that right knee. So you're balancing on the left leg here. I'll show it from the side too. See if you can take your hand on the inside of your right foot Hip square to the front, other arm up. Pause here and breathe. You may feel a little wobbly. And then press that right foot into the hand, pressing back. So it may look something like this. Some of you may go deeper into the pose, torso forward. Doesn't matter how far you get into the pose. Breathe. Where is your mind? And slowly come up. Shake it out. Ready for other side. Bending your left knee. Short from this side. Foot from the inside, other arm up. So look at something in front of you that doesn't move, that usually help with the balance. Engage your core. Breathe the whole time. Pressing that left foot into the hand. So you're opening your left shoulder. And then maybe come forward with your torso. If this is difficult, where is your mind taking you? If this is easy, where is your mind taking you? Just observing. And come up. Maybe you fell out of the pose a few times, that's totally fine. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Let's take a little pause before we continue. Arms alongside you, maybe one hand on over your heart and one on your belly. Maybe slowing down your breath. Send a little gratitude to yourself. You have a body that moves, even if it doesn't always move the way you want. And open your eyes if they're closed. Inhale and exhale. And we're coming down and do some mat work. Locust variations. You're going to be on your belly. So depending on how much pressure you have on your lumbar spine, if it's too much, usually widen the legs work if you play with it. Long neck, chin to chest. Interlace your hands behind you. Inhale, come up. Once here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Strengthening your back muscles. Opening the front. One more inhale and exhale. And slowly come down. Let your arm hang on the side. Turn your head to one side. And relax. Stillness or move your hips. We have 2 more back bends variations to do here. Ready for number 2? So for the next one, extend your arms in front of you like Superman, Superwoman. Long neck again. Lift your left leg and your right arm. And to the floor again. And switch leg and arm. Going back and forth. You can move with your breath again. And next time the left leg is extended, arm is up. Pause. Hold it. And switch. Right leg up, left arm up, pause and breathe. And come down and turn the head to the other side, arms alongside you. And lastly, we are coming to bow pose. So bend both knees, grab a hold of the ankles, flex your feet. I know it's not accessible to everyone. You can always do a variation of having your hands behind you on the floor or anything else that feels good. Inhale and exhale. Press your shin bones to the back, opening up the front again. Smile. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly come down. Palms on top of each other, forehead on top. And relax. Moving your hips maybe. Releasing any tension. Back body. Slowly come up to seated. So, actually, let's lay down on your back, doing some core work. So we did the eagle arms before, we're doing that again, and this time adding the eagle legs. So, right arm under the left, right leg crosses. And some of you may be able to have your right foot behind the ankle, otherwise just keep it there on the side. Shoulders off the floor. So you want to separate your elbows and knees, engage your core, and then exhale, crunch. Separate and crunch. Working your obliques, opening your shoulders, or your back, between your shoulders, I should say. How are we doing? Let's do 4 more. And come down, untangle arms, legs. Just a few breaths and we have one side left. Let's do the other side. Left arm under and left leg over. Shoulders off the floor. Inhale, separate elbows and knees, and exhale, crunch. Move in your own pace here. Continue. We have about 4 more left. 1 more maybe. And come down. You can have soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, hands on your belly. Feeling your breath maybe all the way, breathing into your belly and all the way up. Bridge pose. Feet about hip width apart, heels in, arms alongside your body. Inhale, press your feet into the floor and hips to the ceiling. If this is enough, stay here. Otherwise, interlace your fingers and walk your shoulder blades together. So you want some space in between your chin and your chest, and have that imaginary beach ball in between your knees. So where do you feel this? Maybe compression lumbar spine, elongation hip flexors, thighs. Could be different for you. Few more breaths here. And slowly come down. Just be in stillness for a few breaths. And see where you feel the energy after that pose. And give yourself a little hug here. Shoulders off the floor maybe. Grab a hold of the knees. Draw circles with the knees one direction. Other direction. Awesome. Roll on your spine a few times. Sitting up, seated spinal twist. So first bend your right knee. So your knee is pointing forward and the other knee foot on over here. So you want both sitting bones on the floor. If this does not happen, you can extend your right leg and flex the foot. So this is an option, this is an option. Your left hand is behind you, sitting tall, not leaning back. Other arm up. Inhale and exhale, twist to the left side. So you can hug that bent knee in, or upper arm on the outside of that thigh, looking over your left shoulder. Some of you may want to take it even deeper and bind, having that right arm in front. I'll show that from the side too. And that left arm from the back. They are all equally good. A few more breaths there. And exhale, come forward, let's switch. So this time, left knee first, or extend that left leg, other leg over. Make sure both sitting bones are on the floor. Hug that right knee maybe. Inhale and exhale, twisting to the right side this time. So imagine you get taller with each inhale, maybe twisting deeper with the exhale. Giving your inner organs massage here. Inhale and exhale, come forward. Great job. Almost done. So, fish pose. You can have your feet on the floor, knees up, and then see if you can take your hands underneath your sacrum, so thumbs touch, palms to the floor. Extend your legs here. Inhale, and next exhale, bend your elbows, come up on your forearm, look at your toes. From here, inhale and exhale, shoulder blades together, opening your heart, let your head drop down. Maybe your head even touches the floor. Weight is mostly on your forearms, not on your head here. Opening your heart, giving, receiving. To come out of this pose, inhale and exhale, look at your toes and slowly come down. And move around, whatever you need to do. Coming into plow pose. So arms alongside you, palms facing down, legs up. Press your hands into the floor, use your core, inhale and exhale, and feet over your head. So some of you may hang here with your feet off the floor. Some of you may reach the floor with your toes. If you do, you can place your hands on your back as a support here. Don't move your head once you're here. Breath is more restricted, may feel uncomfortable. If it does, just use your breath, see if you can calm yourself. From here, shoulder stand. Right and left leg up, Barbie toes. Again, don't move your head. Just breathe. And of course, if this is not available for you, I'll show you. You can just have your legs up here. This is a good option. A few more breaths. And we're all coming out of the pose. So if you're in full shoulder stand, feet over your head again, palms on the floor, use your hands as brakes until the whole sacrum is on the floor and legs perpendicular to the floor, and then you can use your core. Slowly come all the way down with your legs. And bend your knees, give yourself a hug. Maybe from side to side with your knees. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. One more time. We are ready for final relaxation. So option, Savasana, as always, separate your feet, let your feet hang out to the sides, palms facing up. Another option is to do legs up the wall, so I'll show you that. It's usually easier if you sit next to the wall, at least for me, and then swing your legs up. And then you can stay here. So stay there or in corpse pose. Normal breathing in and out through your nose. Just slow everything down. Relax your muscles. If you still have a lot of thoughts going on, you can always focus on your breath, coming back to your breath over and over without frustration. So when you get a thought, we all do, just see it as a little cloud and just drift away without making it into a big story. Depending on how much time you have, maybe you want to stay here for a few more minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And for the rest of us, starting to deepening and lengthening your breath, bringing your awareness back to your body. You can start moving your toes, your fingers. And then turning to the right side. Coming down to fetal position, maybe resting on that right upper arm. And when you're ready, with your eyes still closed if it's comfortable, slowly press yourself up, head last. Seated, comfortable position, cross-legged or anything else that works for you. Take a few breaths here. And ask yourself, how am I feeling after the practice today? Maybe more open, maybe better posture, maybe your mind is calmer. Whatever it is, it's fine. Palms together in front of your heart center. And just think about 3 things you're grateful for. Just the first 3 things that pops up. And repeat them a few times. See if you can carry them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for being with me today, practicing yoga. And I hope to see you soon again. Let's bow to seal the practice. Inhale and exhale. Namaste. Don't forget to share the love by subscribing to my channel and contribute with a comment too.